today we're going to talk you through brewing faith.
Right.
This is one of my favourite hops of it. This is Sabro. Right guys, 3 words on faith.
3 words. I would probably say keep the faith.
We go with gotta have faith.
Faith all began in
Early 2015.
is when Citra was like a cornerstone of Barbarian Hermit.
Probably like the big daddy of the modern IPA.
But certainly then it was particularly new and exciting, wasn't it?
And particularly hard to get hold of as well. It didn't last too long, we only did it for a few months, and then our Citra stocks were running low.
We had like a final allocation of Citra and thought, wow, this is the last time we're going to be able to brew this. What do? We either do a few more batches of Faith, or we go all out and we make one like bigger IPA, 7.2%, and go all in on the hopping. So that's where Houten came from.
Hi, I'm Grace. I'm one of the brew team here at Northern Monk, and today we're going to talk you through brewing faith. The first thing that we do when we brew faith is load the grist case with malt. This is already milled malt, extra pale, which is what we use as the base malt. So there are 3 types of cereal that go into a beer usually. The first is base malt, where you get most of the sugars. The second is speciality malts. This is where you get colour and some of those more biscuity flavours. And the third is adjuncts. These are other cereals like oats and wheat, which are both present in faith. So we add these to the grist case, and then as they go down into the grist case and up to our mash tun, they get mixed with water, and this is called mashing in. And the water helps break down all of those sugars to smaller sugar chains, and those smaller sugar chains are taken up by the yeast and converted to alcohol.
And moved into the Sydenham site in 2016, and we did a bit of a can refresh. That's when Faith and Houten came back as core beers and 440s. Reworked a little bit. It was no longer a single hop Citra. We brought Mosaic and Columbus into the hopping.
It's one of the first kind of real hazy or New England northeastern inspired beers in the UK, really. We just kind of built on that over the years, to be honest.
So we've loaded the grist case, and now we're mashing in the beer. So the grist is coming all the way down through this tube and into our grist motor. This is controlling how fast the grain goes into our mash tun, and it's going through a hydrator, and we're pumping water into the hydrator, so that's hydrating the grains as they're falling into the mash tun. Now, we do this at a very specific temperature, so we want it hot enough that the sugars will break down naturally, but not so hot that we kill the enzymes that are also going to break down the sugars.
For us to think, and for me, nailing that beer that was like a real session beer that you wanted to keep on going back for, but equally you never felt like you were missing out on what could be another like journey with on an interesting kind of flavour palette from another beer. You were just so content kind of having a session on one particular beer, and I think Faith does that in a really modern, progressive way for me, taking the best of what makes British beer culture what it is, but adding that kind of modern twist in terms of ingredients and techniques to it.
So we keep the agitator moving in the first half of the mashing so that it can like mix everything up, but also we'll add salts to the mash, and this helps harden the water to the perfect hardness for the style of beer that we're brewing today, Faith. After we've mashed in, we leave it to rest for an hour just to let all of those enzymes work away, and then we take some of the first runnings into the underback here, and then we're going to send those back up and through the grain bed to help clarify the work, so the grain is actually going to act as a filter as well. And that's the final step of the mashing in process.
Earlier this year, we set up Northern Monk Hike Club.
This time, with lockdown restrictions loosening, we took on Buckden Pike, one of our favourite peaks. We wanted to bring our teams together through one of our great passions, the northern outdoors. Right.
Hi, I'm Kat. I'm one of the brewers here in Northern Monk. Welcome back to the Cold Store. So this is one of my favourite hops of it. This is Sabro. Generally hops trace their parentage back to UK European hops. This was a wild native to New Mexico. We've been using Sabro a lot recently. We first used it in the Pina Colada beer, which was the collab with Masterclass, and we've used it in the OFS number 11. Those flavours that you're tasting is coming through from hops. That amazing coconut, smooth, sweet, little punchy citrus, and then that really tangy pineapple flavour coming through. All thanks to Sabro.